Hey, what's up? It's Astro Eam coming at you with my first astrology YouTube video. This is strictly for entertainment purposes. I don't mean any harm when I'm talking about the sign I'm talking about. I actually love all 12 signs for different reasons. I have been studying astrology pretty much my whole life, on and off. But I would say professionally for about 3 to 4 years. So if you want a reading from me, or if you just want to know more about astrology, you can DM me on Instagram at astroeem, EEM. But today my first video is gonna be a part of this sun sign series that I have, right? Because everyone knows about the sun signs. Everyone knows, you know, whether you're a Taurus or whether you're a Sagittarius, or but then I am going to slowly move into the moon signs, the aspects of astrology, all that shit. But I want to start out, we're on the same level here. We see eye to eye, but today I'm going to be talking about Taurus, which, if you don't know, is the second sign of the zodiac. Aries is first. I'm sorry, Aries, but Aries season was terrible for me, so I had no creative sort of spirit in me, and I had a lot going on, so I'm going to do Aries last, which is ironic because Aries is the me first sign, so this time you're going to be last. But when we talk about Taurus, we're talking about a feminine, fixed earth sign, right? Fixed meaning stuck in their ways, right? Fixed meaning they're kind of like resistant to change. But I would say out of all the fixed signs, even though Taurus are very stubborn, I would say that they're kind of mutable as well. You know what I mean? It takes them a little while to sort of ease up, but so the other fixed signs, if you don't know, are Aquarius, which I am, Leo, and Scorpio. But yeah, like what I'm just saying is you really need to understand to get Taurus, like, they are very quiet people. But they're also not, like, it's weird. They're affectionate, they're patient, they're stable, but they're also not very stable at the same time. Very determined. That's that earth sign shit. All earth signs are determined. They will get the job done, me being air and water dominant. But I still love Taurus. Me and Taurus all the time have great conversations. So many good Taurans that I've met and have conversations with, because they're stubborn but they're very patient. I will say that. And the only really bad thing about Taurus is that they're resistant to change. So like you got to kind of, they like plans. So do I. I actually used to date a Taurus moon. So also, if you have the placements of Taurus sun, moon, rising, Venus, this will all apply to you, right? Which brings me to the next point. The Taurus ruling planet, because if you don't know, every sign has a ruling planet. Their ruling planet is Venus, which in astrology represents beauty, art, pleasure, emotions. And everyone has a Venus sign, right? My Venus is in Pisces, but that's why you'll find a lot of Taurus people, they love beautiful things. Their houses are always nice. They love art. They love things that give them pleasure, right? But in the same time, the one thing that Taurus need to look out for is money issues. I find a lot of Tauruses end up in debt or bankrupt, right? And they seem to get in a lot of confrontation about money. Not that they're greedy, it's just they lack security. They're an earth sign. They want, you know, they don't want anyone to like fall back on them or like be fucking like you know, disregarded in that sense. They like structure. They like, you know, also another thing is Taurus rules the neck and the throat in astrology. So a lot of Taurus people that I meet always have really amazing voices, and this doesn't necessarily mean that they're like amazing singers, right? It just means they have really like almost like a feminine petite voice, right? And even the men do. So if we're going to give celebrity examples, which is what I kind of like to do because I love pop culture, I love all that shit, but Adele, number one. Adele is a Taurus to the core. Another one is Lizzo. Lizzo, you know, they just have that real like soul in their voice. Taurus. Kelly Clarkson, another one. Another one is Victoria Monet, if you don't know who she is. And also the best, I'm not like really, I'm not gonna say I'm like a crystal, you know, like scientist, but I do medium readings, and I did one for my friend that was a Taurus. She was a Taurus stellium, and she found that the best like gemstone and crystal that helped her is emerald. So, and which is their like birthstone, emerald. And even as a kid, like I really like liked emerald. I think it's like one of the nicest crystals, gems, whatever you want to call it, like and also I'm just reading from my notes. So Taurus can be really vulnerable to like colds. Like they really got to watch out for themselves. They're very like susceptible to that kind of stuff. And everyone kind of knows like they're ruled by the cattle, you know, with the horns, because they're stubborn. Like, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have for Taurus. It wasn't very long. Also forgot to mention that the dates. So the dates are April 20th to May 20th. But if you are, there's a lot about cusps. Up to you if you believe it. Personally, I do. The consensus is that it's within the first 5 days of another or different sign, and the last 5 days. So like say if you're born in the last 5 days of Taurus, you could have Gemini qualities. But yeah, just wanted to say that. But if you, the next one I'm going to be doing is Gemini. It's actually the first day of Gemini right now, and I feel it heavy. I'm a Gemini rising, so I will have that video out eventually. I just don't know when, because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. That's my Virgo moon coming out. But yeah, I'll be back.